Now there's a familiar sight. Good afternoon, everyone. It's time for Strat-O-Matic Baseball. I'm your host, Spokane Steve, and we got a ball game today. Let's go back to May the 11th, 1966. The Houston Astros at the New York Mets. The second of a short two-game series. Couple of scary pitchers on the mound today, and not in a good way. Righty Robin Roberts takes the mound for the Astros, and Tug McGraw, the lefty screwballer, takes the mound for the Mets. Roberts would finish the year with the Cubs. And good afternoon, Kenyon. Yeah, you can see here, looking at the records and the replays so far, this would look like a mismatch. Houston a surprising 16-10. The Mets come in at 4-15, which I believe is the worst record in baseball right now. Let's see, that's 2-11. Let's check the American League. Oh yeah, by far. The Yankees are 3-04. They would 7-16. They're in last place in the American League. And the Mets are 2.5 games behind the Cubs for 9th place in the National League. So anyway, my point being, I can't blame you, Kenyon. It'd be nice to see the Mets get a win. They've only done it 4 times. Granted, they've played less games than most teams. 19 games compared to Houston's 26. And hello to Ben. How are you doing today, Ben? Let me refresh this so I can once again see the bottom of the chat. To be honest, it's a great sound when you hear the Yankees and the Mets, the doormat of their respective leagues. Well, it could be perceived as a refreshing change, I suppose. Although remember, the Mets at this point in time, only in their 5th year of existence, they were not good yet. The Yankees still had some big names, but they had gotten old. Let's delve into the stats a little bit before we get underway. I can see better today, too, and I figured out why. I shut the blinds. There was too much outside light coming into the work area here. For Robin Roberts, he's 0-1 with a 5.18 ERA in our replay so far. He's made 5 starts. For Tug McGraw, he's 1-1 with a very fine 2.57 ERA. He's made 3 starts. So McGraw clearly has outpitched his card to this point. Let's go ahead and get the lineup so we'll get this game underway. For the Astros, leading off will be Joe Morgan at second base. Sonny Jackson, the shortstop, hits second. Jimmy Wynn, who's been a machine at the plate, is in center field batting third. Dave Nicholson in right field today, batting cleanup. Jim Gentile at first base, hitting 5th. Bob Aspromonte down at third, hits 6th. John Bateman, the catcher, hitting 7th. Rusty Staub in left field. He'll hit 8th again against the left-handed pitcher. Just like last game, in fact, with Roberts, the pitcher, hitting 9th. The Mets defensively will have Jerry Grody behind the plate. Dr. Strange Glove himself, Dick Stewart, gets a start at first base today. Ron Hunt and Eddie Brasseau up the middle with Ken Boyer down at third, and the outfield left to right of Hickman, Jones, and Johnny Lewis. Also, Mookie's finally calmed down. He had a very wild morning. He had to have a timeout. We did go for a short car ride, but he was not happy with that today either. So he's napping right now. He finally wore himself out, I guess. Ben takes the Mets in a Subway Series. I think I would too, come to think of it. Then again, I was always a bit National League partial. Not so much these days as when I was younger. I mean, let's face it, there really aren't two leagues anymore, are there? I mean, technically there are. It's just not the same. Back in these days, when these guys went to the World Series, they faced pitchers they had never seen. Now everybody knows everybody. And it's a fraternity now, a fraternity of the wealthy, basically. Anyway, I digress. Oh yeah, Roberts, a Hall of Fame pitcher for sure. At the tail end of his career here, however, 39 or 40 years old by this point. But Roberts, a Hall of Famer, an all-time Philadelphia great. I could go on and on about Robin Roberts. Tug McGraw is ready to work now. Here's Joe Morgan to lead things off. Looking for Morgan's stat line, he's hitting .242 so far this year with a home run and 11 RBIs. Left on left now, McGraw gets a sign from Grody. Screwball, 4-7, and he loses in ball 4. A leadoff walk to Morgan. We know these Astros like to run. Morgan a star 15. McGraw with a very good hold, however, -3, combined with Grody's -1 arm. That'll knock Morgan down to an 11 without even being held. So the Mets will not hold Morgan, and here's Sonny Jackson, another left-handed batter. Sonny comes into the game hitting .315 on the season, 1 home run and 7 RBIs. McGraw gets the sign, not working out of the stretch. Pitch to Jackson, a .310 left-handed. It's a grounder to first B. That's fielded by Stewart, who goes down to Brassou. That's all they'll get. So a 3-6 force puts Jackson on first. A little bit better stealing than Morgan. He's a star 19. So the battery combination takes him down to a 15, and he will have to be held on, making him a 13. And here's the toy cannon. All Jimmy Wind has done so far in this replay is bat .376, 6 home runs, and 25 runs batted in. McGraw gets the sign. From the stretch now, delivers. 2-5 left-handed. It's a grounder to short plus. With the runner held, that's going to be a single, 2 stars. So Wynn's able to squeak one through the right side, vacated with the runner held. And Jackson scurries into third. Wynn a star 15 stealer, but as with Morgan, he will not have to be held. He's an 11 as it stands. Runners at the corners and 1 down. The Mets will play it at double play depth for Dave Nicholson, who's hitting .339 so far. 3 home runs, 6 RBIs. McGraw gets the sign. From the stretch, the pitch to Nicholson is a .310 left-handed. He struck him out. Big strikeout there for Tug, and there's 2 down. So with runners at the corners and 1 away, McGraw fans Nicholson, and it will be up to Jim Gentile. Jim hitting .274, no home runs but 11 RBIs. Left on left now as McGraw comes set. Here's the pitch on a 1-8, swung on and missed, strike 3. Some nifty pitching there by Tug McGraw. With runners at the corners and 1 out, he strikes his way out of the inning. And the Astros leave a pair. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left on. And we go to the bottom of the first, scoreless. As Roberts gets loose, let's give you the Mets lineup. It'll be Ron Hunt leading off at second base. Eddie Brassou at short in the 2 spot. Ken Boyer, the third baseman, bats third. Dr. Strangeglove, Dick Stewart in the cleanup spot at first base. Cleon Jones in center field hits 5th. Johnny Lewis in right hits 6th. Jim Hickman in left in the 7th spot. Jerry Grody behind the plate hitting 8th. And McGraw, the pitcher, batting at 9th. John Bateman will be catching Roberts today with an infield of Gentile, Morgan, Jackson, and Aspromonte from first to third. And an outfield left to right of Staub, Wynn, and Nicholson. And welcome also to Jeremiah. Interesting, Jeremiah. Thank you for that bit of information. One of my favorite things about these streams has been learning things from you guys. We've got a lot of baseball knowledge in this little chat room. Roberts is ready to go. Ron Hunt steps to the plate. Hunt leads the club in hitting at .348. No homers, 3 RBIs. Roberts gets the sign from Bateman now. The windup and the pitch is a 5-6 fly ball into right field. Hunt lifts it the other way. Nicholson's right there to make the catch, and there's one away. Here's Eddie Brasseau, the right-handed hitting shortstop, batting an even 200, 5 for 25. No homers, 2 RBIs. Roberts goes into his windup now. Here's the pitch. It's a 1-5 right-handed. Triple to 12, and that's down for extra bases. Brasseau rounding. Wynn gathering it up. Brasseau's headed for third, and he's in with a 1-out triple. How about that? Another triple. I tell you, is it just me, or have we seen an inordinate amount of triples lately? Houston will stay back in the early going, trying to stay out of the big inning as Ken Boyer steps to the plate. Boyer hitting .267, 1 home run, 8 RBIs. Roberts checks the runner. Now the windup on the pitch is going to be a 2-9 right-handed. That's a grounder to short. That's going to get a run in. Jackson has it, throws to Gentile as Brasseau crosses the plate with the game's first run. So 1-0 Mets, 2 away, and here is Dick Stewart. Stewart has not played much this year. He's just 2 for 19. No home runs, only 1 RBI. Roberts gets the sign now. The pitch to Stewart is a 2-5 right-handed, and he draws the walk. A 2-out walk to Stewart. Stewart, slower than molasses, definitely will not be held. Question is, could Stewart make it to third on a double? Here's Cleon Jones now. Jones hitting .255, no home runs, 2 RBIs. A slow start for Cleon, trying to get things going. 1 on, 2 away. From the stretch now, Roberts deals on a 2-6, and it's a base hit into right field for Cleon. Stewart could go to third, but we just talked about that. Stewart will hold up at second. And he looks a little out of breath even doing that. And here's Johnny Lewis now. Lewis hitting just .143, 5 for 35. No home runs, 2 RBIs. Does have some pop on the card, just hasn't got it going yet. Virtually nothing against left-handers, of course, but he doesn't really play against lefties. Roberts, the right-hander, gets the sign. Now the windup and the pitch to Lewis, a 2-9 right-handed, swung on and missed strike 3. And Lewis, who strikes out a lot, goes down swinging here to retire the side. The Mets get a run on 2 hits and leave a pair. And after 1 inning of play, they lead it 1-0. And a correction to Jeremiah's Met announcers. Oh, Ralph Kiner was there. How about that? I loved Ralph Kiner. To the second inning we go. Aspromonte, Bateman, and Staub due up for Houston. Bob Aspromonte just .215 on the season. 3 home runs, though, and 13 RBIs. McGraw gets the sign now from Grody. Here's the pitch to Bob. It's a 5-8 right-hander to grounder to second base X. That's going to be Ron Hunt, a 3 E28. Hunt ranges behind the bag. Here's the play on a 3. He's not going to get it. That's through for a base hit. So a leadoff single for Strat-O-Matic. And here's John Bateman now. Just getting underway, guys. Pull up a chair and hang out with me for an hour or so. Bateman on the season. Hitting .267, 3 home runs, 14 RBIs, right-handed hitting catcher. McGraw now working from the stretch. Comes to the plate 6-5, and that's a fly ball into center. That's going to be playable for Cleon. Backs up a few steps and hauls it in. Here's Legrand Orange now. Or is that Legrand Orange? Staub hitting .344 so far. 3 home runs, 22 RBIs, second only to Jimmy Wynn on the ball club, and both men among the National League leaders in that category. Left on left now, Staub delivers a 3-5. It's a single, 2 stars for Staub. Strat-O-Matic rounds and heads for third, and the Astros have runners on the corners with 1 away. Robin Roberts, the pitcher, will be the batter. A switch hitter. He'll be batting right-handed against McGraw. An A bunter. That's interesting. It's very early. So much so that I'm going to let the dice decide. 1-3, infield will be in. Infield will be back, looking for the double play. And Roberts lays it down. He's an A on a 9. That should get it done. And it does. Successful sacrifice bunt by Roberts moves Staub into scoring position. So second and third, but 2 away now, and it's up to Joe Morgan. Morgan walked his first time up. This is good stuff, Jeremiah. And this was in the time, of course, yeah. Left on left now as McGraw deals. 5-2 left-handed as a grounder to second base X. Hunt gets another chance. He's a 3E28. And here's the play on a 4. He can't get it. That's a 1-star single, and a run will score. So an RBI single for Morgan. Strat-O-Matic crosses the plate. Staub holds at third. And it's a tie ball game. Morgan not held, and here's Sonny Jackson. Jackson 0 for 1. McGraw checks the runners now, trying to get out of this jam. Here's the pitch to Jackson on a 5-9. Swung on and missed, strike 3 for Tug McGraw, his 3rd strikeout of the game, and that ends the inning. The Astros, however, tie it with a run on 3 hits and leave a pair. We got a 1-1 game here in the second. To the bottom of the inning we go. Here's Roberts now. Roberts, as you might remember, a victim of the coffee spill incident early in the season. These things happen. Bottom of the order for New York, Jim Hickman will lead things off. Hickman's batting .245 with a homer and 4 RBIs. Roberts gets the sign from Bateman now. Here's the windup, the pitch to Hickman, a 3-12 right-handed tapper down to first. Gentile will take it himself for the first out. And the batter will be Jerry Grody. Grody hitting just .214, no homers, 7 RBIs. Let's face it, they weren't paying Jerry for his bat. Jerry, one of the best defensive catchers of his era. Here's Roberts with the pitch. 5-12 right-handed as a grounder to first base X. That's going to be Gentile, a 3E18. Jim ranges to his right. Here's the play on a 16. He's there. Flips to Roberts, covering for the out. So 2 grounders to first, and here's Tug McGraw now. McGraw, a right-handed hitter, 3W. And here's the pitch from Robin Roberts. 4-4 right-handed. It's a grounder to third base, X. That's Aspromonte, however. Slick fielding Bob, a 2E18. Dives towards the line. 7 on an 18. It's the error range. What a stop by Aspromonte to his feet and throws him out. Oh my God, what a play by Aspromonte. That's deserving of a web jam classification, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Robin Roberts. Just like that, we are through 2 in a 1-1 ball game. And good afternoon to Perry. Welcome, sir. A beautiful 79, partly sunny day here in Spokane. The slider is open, fresh air abounding. Life is good, gentlemen. Life is good. Tug McGraw ready to go to work here in the third. Heart of the order due for Houston. Toy Cannon to lead it off. Jimmy, continuing his torrid start to the season, singled his first time up. McGraw gets the sign from Grody. Screwball, 3-7 right-handed. 3-7 left-handed as a fly ball into center field. Cleon Jones ranging to his right to haul it in. So Wynn flies out to his opposite number. And here is Nicholson. And welcome to Kurt Miller. Absolutely. Yeah, one of the surprising, and there have been many, one of the surprising things about this 66 replay was seeing Tug McGraw as a starter. I remember him as a reliever with the Mets. I'm sure we all remember him as the reliever on the You Gotta Believe Phillies. No, that was the You Gotta Believe Mets of 73, wasn't it? I'm getting those confused now. McGraw also on the 1980 Phillies. To this day, I still cannot believe that the 73 Mets beat the Cincinnati Reds in that National League Championship Series. I mean, you talk about a mismatch, but I'm telling you what, if there was ever an example of how good pitching stops good hitting, there it was. Here's Nicholson. Nicholson struck out his first time up. McGraw into the windup. Screwball 2-3, a bit outside for the walk. So that one just a bit outside, as our old buddy Bob Euchre would say. And here's Gentile. Gentile struck out his first time against Tug. Good afternoon to Trent Smith. Thank you, sir. Everything is good. I hope all is well with you. Here's Jim now. McGraw working out of the stretch. Delivers a 2-5 left-handed, and he struck him out. Strikeout number 4 for Tug McGraw. 2 away, and it will be up to Bob Aspromonte. Aspromonte singled in the second to lead it off, came around to score. McGraw checking the runner now. From the stretch, pitch to Bob is a 2-11 left-handed. It's a little slow roller down to first. Dick Stewart has it. He'll walk it to the bag, and that will do it. No runs, no hits, a man left, and we're still tied at 1. Here's Robin Roberts getting loose now. To the bottom of the third we go. Top of the order for New York. Ron Hunt to start things off. Hunt 0 for 1 today. Roberts into the windup. The pitch to Hunt is a 2-10. That's a ground ball down to third base. Aspromonte on it. Throws across in time. Aspromonte, a good fielding third baseman. He wasn't the Gold Glove third baseman in '66. That was Ron Santo. But I'm guessing that Aspromonte probably finished second. As the man said, you can look it up. I do not know that for a fact. I'm just guessing. And here's Eddie Brasseau. Brasseau tripled and scored in the first. Roberts into his windup now. Pitch to Eddie is a 3-4 right-handed, and he draws the walk. So Brasseau aboard again. Brasseau, you might remember, had a big game in the last game we played between these two clubs. And despite his 4E32, flashed some leather in that one as well. Here's Ken Boyer. Boyer 0 for 1. Roberts working from the stretch. That's going to be a 4-5 right-handed. It's a tapper down to first base. Gentile has it to Jackson. Back to Gentile, not in time. That will be a force play. So Boyer's at first now with 2 away, and it'll be up to Dick Stewart. Stewart, strangely devoid of power on this card versus righties. He is an N. Roberts delivers 1-3, fly ball into center. That's playable for Jimmy Wynn, who's right there to make the catch to retire the side. Through 3 innings complete, it's a 1-1 ball game. So pretty much the exact opposite of what I billed it as, right? I figured with these two pitchers cards, both rated 5 endurance, by the way, that we would see a lot of runs today. It hasn't been the case so far. You never know what you're going to get, do you? And that's what makes it fun. And good afternoon, or good evening in your case, right? Across the pond, that's what, 9 hours from me? Almost 11 o'clock where you are? Exactly, Ben. Bottom of the order for Houston as we go to the 4th. John Bateman to start things off. Bateman's 0 for 1 today. McGraw getting the sign from Grody. It's a 3-6 left-handed, and that is a triple to 7 on an 18. That's going to roll to the wall. Jones chasing it down. Bateman in with a stand-up double. John Bateman with a lead-off double here in the 4th. For Bateman, that's his 7th extra base hit of the season. 4 doubles, 3 home runs, and here's Staub. Staub singled his first time up. Right, Ben? Yeah. Believe me, that thought has crossed my mind. Left on left, McGraw comes set. Here's the pitch. It's a 3-3 left-handed. It's a base hit into right field for Staub. It's an open single. Bateman can try to score on that. Lewis with a -3 gun out there, though, and Bateman very slow at a 1 through 9. He'll put the brakes on at third. And the Houston Astros are in business here in the 4th with runners on the corners and nobody out. And here's Roberts now, an A bunter. Let's double check that. Yep, he is. Boy, if Bateman had any kind of speed, I might think about the squeeze here. We're going to let the dice decide 1, 2, 3, infield in. Infield will be in. He's going to lay it down anyway. He's a B now. And that's a 7 on a B. It's another successful sacrifice for Robin Roberts. That moves Staub into scoring position. 1 down, and the top of the order due up. Here's Joe Morgan with Sonny Jackson on deck, 2 lefties. McGraw, a screwball pitcher throughout his career, was actually more successful against right-handed hitters. And here's Morgan now, walked and singled so far. Let's see, how are we going to play this now? In the 4th inning in a tie game, the Mets will pull the infield in. McGraw studies the signs, checks the runners. The pitch to Little Joe is a 1-6, and he loses him, and the bases are full. So Morgan walks for the 2nd time today. Morgan now with a league-leading 26 walks. And the batter will be Sonny Jackson. And Jerry Grote's out to the mound. And thank you, Kurt, once again. Kurt Miller, the factoid man. I vaguely remember Joe Christopher. I can't say I know anything about him. Infield double play depth now for Jackson. And Jackson, not an easy man to double up with that speed. McGraw comes set now, the full windup. The pitch to Sonny is a 5'11 left-handed. He takes it the other way, fly ball left field X. That's going to be Hickman, a 3E5. Hickman on his horse. Big play here. Here it is on an 18. He's got it on a C. Runner's hold. How about that? Just missed a 4, would have allowed a 2-star single on that one. So that was a hell of a play, a run-saving catch by Jim Hickman. That's going to go 7X exclamation. That's a web jam by Hickman for the second out. That was a huge out. And it will be up to Jimmy Wynn. No place to put him. Jimmy 1 for 2. Bases loaded, 2 down in a tie ball game. McGraw into the windup now. The pitch to the toy cannon on a 1-6. That ball is absolutely smoked to left field. Hickman starts back and just watches it land halfway up the stands for a grand slam home run. And Jimmy Wynn has done it again. Holy cow, this guy is on fire. Wynn with his 7th home run of the season. RBIs 26, 27, 28, and 29. In fact, let me look at something here now. I'm thinking with that 29, that's what I thought. That gives him the National League RBI lead. Let's take another look at it. It's a 1-6 left-handed, no doubt about it. That ball was smoked. Bateman, Staub, and Morgan score ahead of him. And it's 5-1 Houston. And the surprising Astro team continues to roll. Action now in the Mets bullpen. Who's this Dave Eilers? Let's have a look at him. That doesn't look too bad, actually. If we needed a long man, he was in this game in real life. See if they have another left-hander. They only have Hepler from the left side. Dick Selma will join Eilers in the Met bullpen, both righties. And here's Nicholson. Nicholson 0 for 1 with a walk. McGraw into the windup. Here's the pitch. It's a 1-7, and he loses in ball 4. So McGraw having all kinds of trouble here in the 4th. 2-out walk to Nicholson. And the batter will be Gentile. Grote out to the mound now. Pitching coach comes out. Hunt and Boyer come in. McGraw nodding. I think they're going to let him pitch to Gentile, and why not? He struck him out both times so far. So here's Gentile. McGraw ready now from the stretch. That's a 2-12 left-handed. Liner speared by Dick Stewart. How about that? Dr. Strangeglove comes through. That'll retire the side, but 4 big ones for Houston on the grand slam home run by the toy cannon. And now the Mets would like to see Tug settle down until they can get a pinch hitter in for him. Roberts takes the mound for the bottom of the inning. Cleon Jones will start things off for New York. Cleon singled his first time up. Roberts into the windup. Here's the pitch to Cleon on a 6-11 right-handed fly ball left field. Can of corn for Staub, who's there to handle it for out number 1. Here's Johnny Lewis now. Lewis struck out his first time against Roberts. Roberts shakes one off now. Now into the windup. That's a 3-8 right-handed. Little two-hopper to short. Sonny Jackson's on it. Throws to Gentile for the second out. Wasn't he a good hitting pitcher, Kurt, as well? Here's Hickman. Hickman 0 for 1. Roberts gets the sign from Bateman now, and here's the pitch. It's a 4-11 right-handed base hitting to left. Sharply hit line drive single into left for Hickman. Staub picks it up. Hickman rounds and holds it first. Here's Jerry Grody now, the catcher, 0 for 1. Roberts a check of the runner. Now from the stretch. 3-10 right-handed is an extra base hit. That's into the gap in left center. Wynn chasing it down. Hickman could try to score on that. He's a 12 with 2 outs, 14. Wynn a 0. Trailing by 4, but the pitcher's up next. He's sending it. 1-14, and he is out at the plate, and the Mets just can't get a break. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left on. Catching up on the chat now on this date in 66. The #1 song, The More I See You by Chris Montez. I do not even remember that song. I remember Monday, Monday, of course. McGraw coming out for the 5th, his first inning of potential fatigue. Let's see how he does. Selma and Eilers are both ready. Bob Aspromonte 1 for 2 in the ball game. Tug McGraw gets the sign now from Grody. Lined up the pitch, screwball 4-6, base hit for Aspromonte. And you've got to wonder, how long is Westrom going to stick with McGraw here? Remember, McGraw had pitched very well so far coming into this start. Came into the game with a 2.57 ERA in the replay. Here's Bateman 1 for 2. McGraw out of the stretch. To Bateman on a 5-2. It's a grounder to second base X. That could be 2. Another X play for Ron Hunt. A 3E28. Here's the play. On a 17, he's got it, but his only play is to first, and the runner will move up. So 4-3X, Bateman retired. Aspromonte takes second. And with 1 out, Rusty Staub will be the batter. Staub 2 for 2 against Tug. McGraw, throw back to second. Aspromonte back in time. Now McGraw comes set. The pitch to Rusty Staub on a 4-8 is ripped into left field and down the line. That's going to go for extra bases. Aspromonte will score. Staub in with an RBI double. And it is 6-1. And here comes Westrom, and that's going to do it for McGraw. With McGraw due to lead off the inning, let's see if we can get a double switch in here. Problem with that is we have these 3 outfielders here that you don't want to take out of the game. Let's see if we can do a switch with the catcher. They do have 2 other catchers. John Stevenson, a left-handed hitter. That's tough. I hate to take Grody out. We could take Stewart out and bring in Kranepool, but that doesn't help that much. He'd be batting, due to bat 5th in the following inning. Yeah, we're going to double switch with John Stevenson. Dave Eilers gets the call. He's a computer-only card, and a rather large one at that. So Stevenson will go into the 9 spot. Stevenson, a left-handed hitting catcher, 4E11 plus 1. And here's Eilers, a right-hander. What has Eilers done in the replay? Well, first of all, you know he hasn't pitched much. He's been in 3 games, and believe it or not, he has 3 1/3 scoreless innings. I like that, Kurt. Quick draw McGraw would have pitched better. Who is his catcher? Baba Louie? My Little Red Book by Love. Yes, sir. Now, there was an unheralded band. Although, through the passage of time, they have gotten some credit. Robin Roberts, the batter now. Runner on second, 1 away. Eilers ready to work. The right-hander gets the sign from Grody. Delivers 5-7, and that is ripped over the bag and into left field for extra bases. That'll be a double for the pitcher. Roberts, and Staub will score, and the route is on. It's an RBI double for Robin Roberts. Weren't we just talking about Roberts and his hitting prowess? He comes through here with a double, and it's a 7-1 game now. Here's Morgan. Morgan has not been retired today. A single and a pair of walks. That was against McGraw, of course. Eilers staring in now. Pitch to Morgan on a 1-7 right-handed, right in the middle of his good column. He lofts a lazy fly ball into right field. Johnny Lewis patrolling and hauls it in. B question mark. The runner could theoretically try to tag. We're not going to bother at this point. And here's Sonny Jackson. Jackson 0 for 3. Eilers delivers with a 6-8 left-handed, and that's a single into right field, an open single. Okay, let me open up my computer game now. We're going to take a better look at the Eilers card. 6-8, single to right, open single. Roberts could try to score on that. Remember, Lewis has a -3 gun out there. Roberts, a pitcher, that doesn't seem realistic to me. He's going to hold up. The Astros certainly do not want Roberts injured in a plate collision. Jackson is star 19. He'll have to be held on. And here's Jimmy Wynn again. Wynn's done the lion's share of the damage today, 2 for 3 with a grand slam homer. Eilers from the stretch, 3-6 right-handed. He struck him out. And that will do it, but not before the Astros tack on 2 more on 4 hits and leave a pair. Eilers, as you can probably tell from the earlier days when I was printing some of these computer cards and didn't know how to make them smaller and monochrome. Such as, well, here's a good example, a more recent one of Gordy Richardson. Much easier to read, right? So Roberts getting ready to go to work here in the bottom of the 5th. John Stevenson will lead it off. Left-handed catcher inserted in the double switch. Let's check Stevenson's numbers on the season. He is just 2 for 18 so far. Roberts goes into the windup. The pitch to Stevenson, a 2-4. He draws the walk. So a leadoff walk to Stevenson. And the lineup turns over, and here's Ron Hunt. Hunt 0 for 2 today. Mets trying to get something going here against Roberts, who's in his first inning of potential fatigue. He's a 5. From the stretch, the pitch to Ron Hunt is a 5-3 right-handed. That'll be a fly to left field X. That's going to be Staub, a 3E13. Staub racing towards the gap. Here's the play on a 19. He makes the catch for the out. Nice running catch by Staub. Yeah, El Kabong. You know, I used to say that a lot back in the 70s, but it had a slightly different meaning, if you know what I mean. Here's Pursue now, tripled and walked. Roberts from the stretch. That's going to be a 2-9 right-handed. He struck him out. Pursue caught looking. He doesn't like it. But there's 2 down. And here's Ken Boyer. Boyer 0 for 2. Roberts gets the side now. Pitch to Boyer, a 3-7 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. So a nifty bit of pitching there from Robin Roberts. No hits, no runs, 1 left on. And we're through 5 complete here in New York, where the Astros lead it 7-1. Eilers will come back out for the 6th. It'll be Nicholson, Gentile, and Aspromani here for Houston. Quite a few people here today. Very lively chat. Nicholson struck out and walked twice. Eilers gets the sign from Stevenson now. It's going to be a 1-5 right-handed. A single to 3, and on a 1, it's down for a base hit. How about that? As I said before, the Mets just cannot get a break. A 1-3 single by Nicholson. And here's Gentile now. He's 0 for 3 today. Struck out twice. That was against the left-hander, however, facing a righty now. Eilers from the stretch. 6-11 left-handed. That's going to be a fly ball to right field, playable for Lewis, who makes the catch for the out. One away, and here's Bob Aspromani. Aspromani 2 for 3 today. This Astro team is hitting, man, and I'll tell you what, They came into the game with a .283 team average and 25 home runs. Eilers from the stretch. The Strat-O-Matic, it's a 3-3 right-handed. Base hit into center. That's an open single. Nicholson could try to advance. He's a 12. He will play it cautious and hold at second. Eilers, a 3-rated reliever, as John Bateman steps to the plate. First and second, 1 away. Bateman's 1 for 3. Oh my God, Trent, that's a good question. Craziest card I've ever seen. Well, there was that one Gates Brown card against right-handers. But I would have to say it's around the late 90s or the turn of the century. There was a little card by a guy called Rudy Pemberton. I think he was on St. Louis. Could have been 98. Well, I would have to look that up, first of all, because I don't even know if I have the right team. Let's take a look at it. He only played from 95 to 97. He was Boston, the 1996 Rudy Pemberton. Only 45 plate appearances, but he batted .512 with a .556 on base and a .780 slugging, 1336 OPS. If you happen to have the card or the computer game, check that one out. The 1996 Rudy Pemberton with the Boston Red Sox. Eilers ready to work to Bateman now. First and second, 1 away. From the stretch, it's a 6-8 right-handed. A fly ball into center. Lazy fly. Jones right there to make the catch. And there's 2 down. And here's Rusty Staub. Staub 3 for 3 on the day. Eilers staring in now. Comes set. The pitch to Staub, a 6-6. That is looks like a homer to 16. Holy cow, let me pull up the card and be sure. But I think it is. I gotta check. Eilers, 6-6 is a home run to 16. The roll is a 12, and Rusty Staub has just blasted a 3-run homer, and it's officially a laugher. Let's take another look at that. 6-6. Homer to 16. The roll is a 12. And for Rusty Staub, as he circles the bases, that's his 4th home run of the season. And it's 10-1. Eilers will pitch to the pitcher. The pitch to Roberts is a 4-7 right-handed. Grounder to ground ball A is all it says. It doesn't even say where. Okay, I'm going to call it a ground ball to short. Basu has it and throws him out. Three more for Houston on 3 hits. A 3-run shot by Rusty Staub, and the route is on. And now I turn it over to you guys. Trivia, factoids, anything you guys can come up with to make this a little more fun for everyone would be greatly appreciated by one and all. Roberts beginning his 6th inning of work. He's got a healthy lead now, and therefore he's got some rope to work with. His 2nd inning of potential fatigue. Dick Stewart to lead it off, 0 for 1 with a walk. Roberts deals 1-5, base hit into left field for Dick Stewart. So Stewart with a leadoff single. And here's Cleon. Cleon's still trying to get untracked this season. 1 for 2 today. Roberts out of the stretch. That's going to be a 5-4 right-hander to fly to center field X. That's a win. 3E10. Jimmy on his horse. Here's the play on a 13. He's there to make the catch for the out. One away, and Johnny Lewis will bat now. Left-handed hitter, 0 for 2. .58 left-handed. It's a single to 13 on a 15. That's stopped by a diving Joe Morgan, who flips to Jackson for the force. Holy crap! Let's look at that again. 5-8 ground ball to second B. I'm telling you, the Mets cannot even get a little break. That'll go as a 4-6 force. Lewis to first, 2 away, and Hickman will be the batter. Roberts gets the sign now. On a 2-7 against the righty, single on a 1, and that ground ball is also knocked down by a diving Morgan. To his feet, throws to first, and that's it. No runs, a hit, 1 left. And perhaps lost a little bit in the shuffle of all the offense by Houston, at least by me anyway, is that Robin Roberts is throwing a damn good ball game today. I was thinking about pulling Eilers, but since he's due to lead off the next inning, what the heck? Eilers will start the 7th, top of the order for Houston. Morgan 1 for 2 with a pair of walks. Here's the pitch from Eilers. 2-9 right-handed. It's a 2-hopper to second. Hunt has it. Sidearm to Stewart, 1 down. Here's Jackson now, 1 for 4. Eilers gets the sign from Stevenson. That's a 3-11 right-handed. It's a grounder down to third base. Boyer has it. And quickly there's 2 down. And here's Jimmy Wynn now. 2 for 4, 4 runs batted in on the grand slam. Eilers into the windup, the pitch to the cannon, 1-11. That ball is crushed to deep left field, and Jimmy Wynn has done it again. That ball is gone for Wynn's 2nd home run of the game. Holy crap, I don't know, guys. I'm telling you, I'm almost to the point where I feel like this is like it's Barry Bonds or something. We should be just walking this guy intentionally every time. For Wynn, his 8th home run of the year, RBI number 30, which now leads the National League, and the 8 homers places him among the league leaders. Willie Mays leads with 10. And here's Nicholson. The pitch from Eilers, a 4-3, a fly to right field X. That's going to be Lewis. Good outfielder, a 3E4. Here's the roll on the play on an 18. He's there to make the play, and that will retire the side. 9X side retired. Another run for the Astros on Jimmy Wynn's 2nd home run of the ball game. And it is 11-1 Houston. And that'll do it for Eilers. The Mets will pinch hit for him to start off the bottom of the inning. Dick Selma throwing. Batting against Roberts will be Chuck Hiller. Hiller, like Stevenson, played in this game in real life. Hiller, a left-handed batter. In the replay so far, he is 4 for 12. He's been in 9 games, almost exclusively as a pinch hitter. Roberts into the windup. Pitch to Hiller is a 1-8 right-handed. It's a little two-hopper to first. Dick Stewart will take it. Sorry. Gentile will take it. Excuse me for the out. That's the first out. And here's Stevenson, the left-handed hitting catcher. Roberts gets the sign from Bateman now. Here's the pitch to Stevenson. That's a 5-8 left-handed. Single to 13. On a 13, it's in there for a base hit. So Stevenson walked and singled since coming into the game. Lineup turns over, and here's Ron Hunt. Runner on first, one away. Hunt 0 for 3 so far. Roberts from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Hunt. It's a 2-7 right-handed. A fly ball into center. Jimmy Wynn patrolling. And he puts it away for out number 2. And that will bring up Eddie Brissou, the shortstop. 1 for 2 with a walk. Tripled in the first and scored the lone New York run. Roberts delivers 2-10, lazy fly into left field. Rusty Staub will take it. And that will do it for the Mets in the 7th. No runs a hit, 1 left. We're through 7 in a laugher. It's 11-1 here. Here comes Selma. McGraw went 4 1/3. He gave up 9 hits. 7 runs. Walked 4. Struck out 3. Eilers 2 2/3. 6 hits. 4 runs. No walks. And 1 K. Selma in the replay. He's been in 5 games. 2 of them were starts. He's 1-1 with an 8.10 ERA. Rated 4 for endurance. You can officially call him the mop-up man. And absolutely, Kenyon, kudos for the old grizzled graybeard, Robin Roberts. What a game. Gentile's 0 for 4 today. Selma's ready to go to work now. Into the windup. The pitch to Jim is a 1-6 right-handed. He struck him out. Gentile down on strikes. Here's Aspromani. Aspromani 3 for 4. Selma, the sign from Stevenson. Here's the pitch. That's a 3-5 right-handed. It's a base hit into right. Aspromani just reached out and poked it into right for his 4th hit of the ball game. It seems to me Aspromani had a hot game in the last game between these two clubs as well. And here's Bateman, 1 for 4. Selma from the stretch delivers a 4-4 right-handed. That's going to be a fly to center field X. That'll be Cleon, a 3-8. Jones on his horse. Here's the play. It's the error rating, a 7 on an E8. He makes a fine running catch for the out. With 2 outs, it will be Staub's. Staub's also 4 for 4. 2 singles, a double, and a home run. 3 runs scored, 4 RBIs. Almost as good as the Cannon. Jimmy with 2 runs and 5 RBIs. Selma from the stretch now. 2-11 right-handed. That's a base hit into right field. Aspromani could go to third, but he'll just hold up at second here. No sense pouring it on. Roberts will bat. He's going for it. At this point, Roberts will stay until he fatigues. Roberts 1 for 2 today. An RBI double back in the 5th. Switch hitter batting lefty against Selma. 1-9 struck him out. And that will do it. 2 hits, no runs, 2 left. (11-1) is the score as we take it to the bottom of the 8th. A good time to thank everybody for joining me. Hit that like button on your way out. It helps me out. Crazy game. All eyes now on the veteran Robin Roberts as he tries to go for the complete game. Boyer, Stewart, and Jones due up. Heart of the Mets order here. Boyer standing in from the right side. Roberts delivers a 6-8 right-handed. It's a 2-hopper down to third. Aspromani scoops it up like a vacuum and throws him out. So Boyer grounds out to his opposite number, 1 away, and here's Stewart. That's going to be a 5-4 right-hander. To fly ball into center field X. That's Jimmy Wynn, 3E10. The roll on the play is a 16, and he's there to make the catch for the out. 4 outs to go for Robin Roberts. And here's Cleon. Cleon 1 for 3. Roberts gets his sign now. The windup and the pitch is a 6-8 right-handed. It's a ground ball to Aspromani. Charging it on the run in time. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Robin Roberts, who's now 3 outs away from a complete game. I know, Kenyon, you got to think, they were bad, but not that bad. The crashing you just heard was Mookie knocking down the mouse of the other laptop. In all likelihood, I won't need that other laptop. Selma will pitch the 9th. Top of the order for Houston, Joe Morgan. 1 for 3 with a pair of walks. Selma into the windup. It's a 5-6 left-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. The 3rd K for Selma. The only guy who's really pitched well for the Mets today. Was that a good card, Kurt? The Joe Christopher? Here he is. He's been into everything today. Selma with a pitch to Jackson. 6-9 left-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. The 4th K for Selma. Holy yikes. Now he'll get his real test. Here's Jimmy Wynn. 3 hits today, 2 of them left the yard. Selma into the windup. The pitch to the cannon, a 4-6 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. And how about that Dick Selma? He strikes out the side. In his 2 innings of work, he struck out 5. And there's Mike Tearaway. That's him. This is Mookie. Let him see your face there, buddy. Oh, just look at him. He's a good cat. Not so much today, mind you, but other than that, you know, we all have our bad days, right? But he's calmed down now. He's just sitting here on my lap. All eyes turn to Robin Roberts. He needs 3 outs for the complete game. Lewis, Hickman, and a pinch hitter stand in his way. Johnny Lewis 0 for 3 today. Roberts into the windup. That's going to be a 3-6 right-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Let's count him up now. Let's see. He hasn't struck out many, I don't think. That's 3. Just strikeout number 4 for Robin Roberts. Here's Hickman, 1 for 3. Roberts gets the sign from Bateman. The pitch to Hickman is a 6-9 right-handed. That's going to be a triple on a 4. Another triple. Holy cow. Triple for Hickman. His second of the season. He had none in real life, only 160 at-bats. And now the Mets will send up a pinch hitter. Ed Kranepool grabs the bat. Trying to pick up that runner on third. Roberts delivers on a 4-7 left-handed base hit, RBI single for Kranepool. And now, one more hit or walk will fatigue Roberts. So 11-2. Here's Stevenson, the catcher. That's true, Ben, and also you'll notice I didn't make any defensive swaps at all in a game like this. Stevenson's walked and singled. Roberts from the stretch. It's a 5-6 left-handed. A grounder to second. That's going to be 2. It's Morgan to Jackson to Gentile, and that's the ball game. And Robin Roberts, holy cow, he does it. How about that? An S5 starter, 39 or 40 years of age. I think 39. You can look it up. With a complete game victory, his first win of the season. He's 1-1. 11-2 the final. I'll have all the totals for you here in just a second. Oh my God, that's hilarious, Jeremiah. Oh, nice work, Ben. Thank you, Kenyon Mike and everybody. 39, there you go. Thank you for that as well. I thought it was 39. Selma, 2 innings, 2 hits. 5 strikeouts. Roberts allowed 4, 5, 6, 7. He scattered 8 hits, 2 runs. He walked just 2 and struck out 4. So the totals in the ball game. Hang on just a second. I got to get the cat off the keyboard. Do I want to toggle keys? What are you pressing here, Mookie? What kind of buttons are you pressing here? He got his complete game, didn't he? I'll have the totals for you just a second here. For the Astros, 11 runs, 17 hits, no errors. The Mets, 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Player of the game has to be, who does it have to be? I was going to say it has to be the toy cannon. But there were other notable performances in this game, Robin Roberts and Rusty Staub. Thoughts from the chat? Should we split the vote? Thank you, Perry. Yeah, I'm inclined to give kudos to Wynn, Staub, and Roberts in this one. I don't think I've ever named 3 players of the game before. Kurt likes Staub. Wynn cracked it open. My initial thought was Wynn. Kenyon likes Wynn. Seems to be overwhelming support for Wynn. My personal feeling is we should split it between Wynn and Staub, but I'm going to let the majority rule. Mike likes splitting it. I agree with Ben on the last comment. I'm going to split it between Wynn and Staub. Don't be greedy, gentlemen. You both get credit. Tomorrow's ball game. Yeah, there you go, man. It's a joint Wynn and Staub. This cat has effied up the computer. I'm trying to get to tomorrow's game, but he's opened the calculator about 800 times here. I can't get the windows to shut. Hang on, I know how to do it. I've got to get to the task manager. And there's Franklin. Better late than never, Franklin. Well, I guess not in this case. 372 openings of the calculator. That's great. Oh, now it's 744. Well, I may have to go to the crap top to get tomorrow's game. Let's do that. Tomorrow's game will be the Los Angeles Dodgers at the Philadelphia Phillies. That will be Don Sutton for the Dodgers and Larry Jackson for the Phils. A lot of support for the co-players of the game. So it was a laugher day, but thanks to you guys, it was still fun. So I want to thank you for that and everything. Check with me tomorrow, 1:30 Pacific. Dodgers at Phillies. Two good teams in the National League. Hopefully we'll have a good one for you. A little closer than today. I'm going to get out of here. I want to thank you once again and wish everyone a very pleasant evening. Take care, guys.